Yo, what's going on, fellow junkies? And this is breaking news. The horror poll is now closed. I'm not taking any more votes. None. Nada. So I hope you guys got your vote in, because now I got to go to YouTube, Facebook, my horror groups on Facebook, and my Instagram. I'm going to go count these up, and we'll see who is the winner. Who'd you guys pick? Well, we'll see if they won. Wow, that was a very close race, you guys, and I didn't see that one coming. I really thought the slasher was going to overtake the zombie movie, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm happy with either one of them because I love them both. But first and foremost, you guys, for the ones who voted for Lost After Dark, I do highly recommend that movie, you guys. It's an 80s throwback. It's very well done. Great slasher movie. But, you guys, that is not the winner, so here we go. The winner of the horror poll is George A. Romero's Land of the Dead, you guys, and this is one of those good old-fashioned George A. Romero zombie movies. You always can tell when you're watching a George A. Romero movie because there's just a certain different style of heart to that movie, in my personal opinion. So Land of the Dead, you guys, just in like the gory details old style fashion, this is what I'll be watching. I'm going to go watch it right now. So hopefully you guys aren't going to wait for this, but I'm going to go watch it, come back, and I'll review it. So give me some time. So that's what's going on, you guys. That's the winner. Congratulations to everyone who voted for this movie. But first things, you guys, I really want to thank you all who did vote. I've done a few of these already before, and it really wasn't, I was getting like 2s and 3s here and there. It's still cool, but I'm glad this one grew a little bit. I'm hoping it's going to keep growing, you guys. The horror polls aren't going away because I'm too indecisive to pick a movie to review, so I'm happy that you guys can help me choose. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone who voted. Land of the Dead, Lost After Dark, they're both great movies. It was a win-win situation. So I hope you guys will sit tight, wait for me to watch this movie, and I will come back and review it for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this movie as much as I do, because can't go wrong with George A. Romero. See you guys soon. Alright, welcome back, fellow junkies, and I just got done watching Land of the Dead again. Man, I really do enjoy that movie, so thank you guys for picking it. I was very happy to watch that movie again. So, let's go ahead and get into this review. This might be kind of a little bit different one, because I'm used to reviewing slasher movies, which is very simple plot, but there's kind of a lot that kind of goes on in this movie. So I'm going to kind of do this a different way, and I hope you guys will sit tight and enjoy it. Alright guys, so Land of the Dead, George A. Romero's Land of the Dead. This movie came out in 2005, obviously, written, directed by George A. Romero. If you don't know other movies like him, we're talking about the original Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. I mean, if you guys want something a little different, Creepshow, something a little different. George A. Romero also did the original Creeps, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. Let me know in the comments if I'm right on that one. I'm pretty sure. But George A. Romero is the godfather of the zombies. Wouldn't have the zombie movies the way they are. The Walking Dead would not exist if it wasn't for George A. And I've said this spiel before 1,000 times. I love George A. Romero. I highly like his movies. But there's something really weird about George A. Romero movies. Whenever I watch his movies, his zombie movies, I don't like it the first time I watch it. Almost every single time. I've never liked it the first time, but then I'll watch it again, and I was like, what the hell? What the hell was going on the first time I watched it? I love this movie. This is amazing. And this one was no different. I mean, that was years ago when I watched this the first time, then the second time, but that's always kind of a funny story with George A. Romero. First time, never really like it. Second time, I'll always really dig it. Alright guys, to kind of get more into this movie, our main star is Simon Baker. The only thing I really recognized him was in The Ring 2. I don't quite remember his character in The Ring 2, so that's just kind of that at this point. Another one is John Leguizamo. I'm going to butcher the shit out of that guy's name. Just one of those funny actors I like to see. I love him. I loved him in The Pest. I love that movie. But as far as people, you guys, that's all I'm going to really go into. So, the way I'm going to go ahead and do this plot, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the setting of the film, sort of, and then I'll get into the plot. Because there's kind of a lot going on in this movie. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible and short as possible. So, the way I'm going to do the setting, kind of because in George A. Romero's, it's kind of a timepiece for each one of his movies on what's going on in the world. Like, you know, Dawn of the Dead was at a mall. Day of the Dead was in like a little military bunker, stuff like that. So kind of to get into the setting. Okay, so the world basically is kind of rebuilding itself. There is a hierarchy. There's the poor people. There's the rich people again. I don't know how that happened again. Money's a thing again. I don't know how they got this far in that time, and with the zombies still around. I mean, the zombies are still around. It's just they kind of blocked themselves off. Yeah, no one's ever done that before, but it seems to be working this time around. So, so basically they are back to almost like living a normal life. I mean, it's obviously zombies are still an issue, but they have gates around the whole entire city that they've got blocked off. They got military trained people. They're protecting everyone they can. And yeah, I mean, they got people going out and doing grabbing things, getting like, you know, nice things like champagne and cigars. Things you'd think were going to be gone. But I mean, these people are just finding them just like no problem. So that's kind of the timepiece that this is going into. That they are kind of rebuilt, live in the lap of luxury again. Obviously, there's the poor people. You know, they're just gambling, hooking, doing whatever they got to do to make a living. It is what it is. Very similar to what it is now, I guess. Just we don't have zombies. So that's kind of the timepiece that I'm going to leave it. That's the setting, I guess. So to get into the plot, you guys, basically this as basic as I can make this. The rich people make the poor people go out and do stuff so they can maybe think they're going to get in with the rich people. So one of these poor people, John Leguizamo's character, he's doing everything he can to get into with the rich people, get a house in this nice little tower that they got of apartments and stuff like that. Gets enough money to do it, and the guy's like, no, that's not happening. So John Leguizamo's character takes this prized possession vehicle known as Dead Reckoning, which is just a beast of a machinery. It's got weapons up the yin-yang. It's awesome. So basically, the head rich guy, he hires our character, Simon Baker. Riley is his name in the movie, to basically go after John Leguizamo's character to get the machinery back. That is as basic as I can make this film plot. I hope that wasn't too awful. Let me know how you guys feel I did on that one. I really tried to keep this without revealing too much. I probably really revealed already too much. But basically, the whole story is Riley going after John Leguizamo's character, getting the Dead Reckoning back for the rich guy. The thing, obviously, I'm leaving out is something I really like about this movie is zombies are starting to get smart. I don't know if they're just like starting to get smarter or if it's just like their next evolution. And like a lot of people I heard didn't like that, but I mean, you got to remember back at the Day of the Dead, Bub, I mean, he was starting to get smarter. He was shooting guns and stuff like that. And that's what's going on in this movie right here. They're getting smarter. They're shooting guns. They're using weapons. I mean, I think it was a very good next step, considering we had Bub in the last one. So it's not too far-fetched, really. It's just, now there's more of it, and, like, you know, they're starting to, like, you know, be gas station attendants and butchers again. But, I mean, they're just, like, doing muscle memory kind of things. So, I don't think it's too far off to believe that is possible. And, you know, it's still an entertaining movie, highly recommended by me. I do dig this movie quite a bit. But so that's basically what's going on with the zombies. I kind of told you what's going on with the people and what's going on with the zombies. So basically, the big thing about the zombies is they are learning. They're seeing where the people are, and they're gonna go take back what's theirs, basically, because it's a zombie world now. So that was kind of a very butchered plot. I hope that was okay, you guys. This is kind of a hard one to do for me. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and get into the things I like about this movie, and I'm gonna tell you right now. A lot of the things I like about this movie are the exact same things that I hate about this movie, but I don't know what it is. It's like I like it, but I hate it. It is what it is. Alright guys, so things I liked about this movie. I love the zombies. First and foremost, I love the zombies. They got so many different, they got the gas station attendant, they got a butcher, they got a cheerleader, they got band, like, kind of like a park band, like, group that's there, like, you can tell by the dress. There's a Santa Claus, and there is a Tom Savini zombie from Dawn of the Dead, the little biker guy with the machete. He makes his triumphant return. And when I saw him, I was really hoping to see Bub. That would have been really cool if they would have brought back Bub. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's definitely cool to see Tom Savini's zombie back in this movie. You see him killing people with his machete and just got his goatee. He looks exactly like he did in Dawn of the Dead. Just a little older. No big deal. Zombies age, right? So that's one of the first things I really like. I really like kind of how they've progressed the zombies and making them smart. So I do dig that, but I mean also it's also going to be in the dislike category as well. So just wait for that. Other things I like about this, I really like the characters. I really feel like they're very well done. Like Charlie, Riley's little sidekick, the guy with the half burnt face. I really like his like the loyal dog kind of thing, and like the way he just licks the end of his rifle, just licks his thumb and puts it so he can catches the light. I think these characters are really good and very well done. George Romero is actually very good at doing character development, I do believe. Excuse me, guys. Other things I like. I really like, there's quite a bit of practical effects in here. There are a few CGI things, of course. I mean, it's 2005 when this came out, so it's definitely going to be there. Be there or be square, I guess. But they kept it very practical. They did a very good job. Greg Nicotero was like a supervisor of all the effects, so that's cool. We all know it's coming from a good place. What else do I like? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I mean, generally, it's a generally well-rounded movie. I don't dislike a lot of things, but I'm going to cover those as well. So, dislikes on this movie. I don't like that the zombies are smart. Like, I love it and hate it at the same time. It is just one of those things, like, sometimes I'm just like, come on, I think they got them too smart. They fucking swim. I kind of wish they wouldn't have made them swim. I think that's a little bit too much, like, you know, the fact he figured out how to get a gun, or got a gun and figured out how to use it. Okay, I can deal with that, but I feel like the swimming wasn't quite necessary. It was fucking beautiful to look at. I mean, watching them, it was just fucking great. It reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean, but they weren't quite. You didn't see them running across the bottom because they were skeletons. I mean, these are zombies. They still have some buoyancy, but I mean, they still kind of, for the most part, were in the water. But you know, swimming, it's probably going to be one of those things. I could probably put it in the light category as well. But the dislikes, I don't really care for the swimming. Other things I dislike, just some of the. How do I want to put this? It feels like it's on a set. Like, in the beginning, the town they're in, it definitely felt like it was a set. Like, it didn't feel like it was filmed out and about. Like, even if it was actually filmed on a set, I mean, I always kind of like it when when you can't really know that it's on a set. But that first town just felt like completely like a set to me. It looked like it just was completely fake looking, so I didn't really appreciate that one. I wish they would have tried a little bit harder on that one. I mean, it might even be a real place, but for some reason, just the way they set it up, it looked fake to me. So, not too much. Too many gripes I have about this movie. I highly enjoy this movie, you guys. If you haven't checked it out, Land of the Dead. It's the next one right after Day of the Dead. So that's why the smart zombies are probably there, because Bub worked. People love Bub, so that's why they probably made this movie. So if I'm gonna go ahead and rate Land of the Dead out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and give this one solid 7. I mean, definitely, it's definitely not better than Dawn and Day. Night of the Living Dead is great as well. I mean, it's definitely a great continuation. I don't have anything against this one, but I mean, you can't fuck with the classics. Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead are just the top ones of my George Romero collections. So, but I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys like this review. I hope I covered all my bases. If you guys want to see some different things we talk about in these reviews, let me know. I tried to keep this well-rounded. I hope I covered everything that I needed to cover. Very kind of a complicated one. I'm very good at reviewing slasher movies. It's kind of my home. But I'm happy I did this because I want to get out of my box of slashers. So I'm happy to do this. So, what do you guys think about this? Did you guys enjoy the horror poll? I'm going to probably continue to do that because that was really fun for me. I enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll get more people voting as I become a bigger channel. That'll be great. But you guys, that's really going to wrap it up for me here at Horror Junkies 519. Kyle, signing out. Just until next time. And you guys, I'm looking forward to the next one. And you guys already know, I've been sentenced to life. I'm a horror lifer. Have a good one.